Yeah, I can hear that. Oh, your mic's on.
Oh, I was going to do the land acknowledgement.
Wait, I still got to do that.
Recording in progress.
Good evening. Welcome to the Committee of Adjustments on May 15th at 6:31 hours. And before we start, we'll have the land recognition, and Bill Van Berkel will read the recognition
Thank you.
acknowledgement.
The town of Innisfil acknowledges that the town of Innisfil is situated on treaty land and that is steeped in rich indigenous history. The town also acknowledges that its land is the traditional territories of the First Peoples of Turtle Island. It is shared between the Anishinaabe and peoples of Beaujolais, First Nation, Chippewas of First Grandma Nation, the Chippewas of Georgina Island, First Nation, and we thank them for the generations of stewardship. This meeting place is still the home of many Indigenous people, and as settlers, we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on their land. The town acknowledges the four sacrifices that are the foundation of Canadian society today. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation and respect with all First Nation, Métis, and Inuit.
Thank you. Welcome to the Committee of Adjustments hybrid meeting, where we are meeting in person at the Town Hall and offering members of the public or applicants who are unable to attend in person to utilize Zoom or telephone to come before the committee. Members of the committee in attendance tonight is Marnie Adams to my right, John Ramondi to my far right, Bill Van Berkel to my left, and myself, Rod Hicks, as the chairperson. We ask that everyone attending tonight's meeting put their electronic devices on silent. The committee will follow the agenda as noted. To view the agenda, please visit the town's website and access the Committee of Adjustments page, where you'll be able to see current and previous applications. All applicants and members of the public who wish to address the committee via phone or Zoom will be placed on mute until called upon. You will be able to hear all conversations taking place. For applicants and members of the public attending in person or via phone or Zoom and wish to speak to a specific application, will be called to the podium by the chair in order of the agenda and proceedings. All comments will be addressed to the chairperson. We would ask that members of the public who wish to speak to a specific application restrict their comments to the specific details of the application being heard and have not been previously expressed by another member of the public. Once the public discussion is complete, the committee will close and that portion will open with discussions with the applicant. Once complete, the committee will render a decision. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda? John, second it. Marnie, thank you. Motion to approve past minutes. Bill? John, thank you.
All in favor?
All in favor, that's approved. We're moved. Does anybody have any pecuniary interest with any of the applications? I see none. Mr. Secretary, how was notice provided for the applications before us?
Through you, Mr. Chair, in compliance with Ontario regulations, the notice of hearing was circulated to property owners within a 60-meter radius of the subject properties, and signs were posted on subject properties on or before May 1st, 2025. In addition, all application information, including the notice, key map, and application drawings were made available on the town website.
Thank you. Okay, first application on the agenda tonight is A004-2025, A017-2025, A018-2025, A019-2025, registered as 35 Campus Place. And do we have Danielle Bilodeau or Justin Sherry, Design Studio? Are they here today or are they online? Online, if you could bring them into the room.
Hi there.
Hi, Danielle. Welcome to the Committee of Adjustments. Okay, Mr. Secretary, can you read the particulars of the application? Any comments?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the applicant is proposing to construct a new dwelling with a deficient front yard and deficient exterior side yard setback and an increased lot coverage of 38.13 square meters. The attached garage also projects beyond the dwelling. Relief from sections 4.2A and 3.18.1A of the zoning bylaw are required. Planning recommends approval with conditions. Building has comments and conditions. Engineering has no comments or conditions. And the Lake Simcoe Region Conservation Authority also has comments and conditions.
Thank you. Danielle, are you in receipt of the comments?
Yes, yeah, I've reviewed them.
Do you have anything to add to it, or any comments you'd like to make?
I can walk through a bit of an explanation of our application if you'd like.
Committee, you've seen the property. Do you want a little more explanation on the development of it? No, we're good.
All right.
It's
Sounds good to me.
going to be an easy night for you.
Perfect.
All right.
But I am happy, if anybody does have questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Well, we're getting there. Does anybody have any questions of this
Oh,
application?
sorry.
Bill, did you have one? No? No? All right, can I have a motion for or against the application for 35 Campus Place with all the files that I've noted? Bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I make a motion to pass this recommendation for application A004225, A017-2025, A018-2025, A019-2025, as long as all the conditions are met.
Motion to approve with conditions. Do I have a seconder? Marnie? All in favor? There you go. First one off tonight, and it was easy.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay, have a good night. Thank you.
You too.
Next application is A005-2025, registered as 2314 Somers Boulevard. Do we have Marianne with us tonight
Yes.
or online?
Yes. Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hello, hi, welcome to the Committee of Adjustments. You're on
Thank you.
You're just on the telephone, are you?
I have my telephone now. I'm connected by my laptop.
Okay, yeah, because we don't have a visual of you, but that's okay. All right, Mr. Secretary, can you read the application and any comments?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the applicant is proposing to construct a garage with an interior width of approximately 11 meters. The applicant is seeking relief from section 3.18.3D, which limits the width to 50% of the building wall or 9 meters, whichever is less. Planning recommends approval with conditions. Building has comments. Engineering has no comments or conditions.
Okay, and I don't see anybody speaking for or against this application. Are you in receipt of the comments from the town?
Yes, we have received comments and we revised all drawings accordingly and resubmitted it. And they have circulated all the drawings. We make quite a lot of changes just to accommodate and address all their concerns. Another comment they had was regarding the landscaping, which we definitely would be in line with town's bylaws and requirements.
Okay, thank you. Tamaj, was this your file? No? So Ingrid, is she with us tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, hi Ingrid. I just want to make sure that you're good. I know the comments are you're in favor of it, but the applicant just said that they made a lot of changes, so I just thought I'd touch base with you before we go ahead.
Yeah, we received the revision and we really appreciate the efforts they put into more conformity with the official plan, and we are satisfied with the revision. Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. Committee members, do you have any questions of the applicant or the agent? I see none. Can I have a motion for or against 2314 Somers Boulevard? Marnie?
Through the chair, I'd like to make a motion, sorry about that, to approve application A005-2025 2314 Somers Boulevard as applied for, subject to all the conditions.
And I'm glad you had that moment too, because you know I have them up here, so it's nice to have company. So a motion to approve with conditions. Do I have a seconder? John, all in favor? Okay, you're approved.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay, have a good night. Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Next application is A007-2025, known as, sorry, and there's a few here, A008-2025 and A09-2025 and A2025, known as 1206 Coram Street. Do we have Benjamin Craig with us as the agent tonight?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Mr. Secretary, can you read the application? Any comments?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the applicant is proposing to construct an elementary school and is requesting relief from the zoning bylaw provisions for the following: redefining the front lot line from Innisfil Beach Road to Coram Street, relief from Section 5.2B is required for this. Exempting the project from the maximum front yard setback of 4 meters. Relief from Section 5.2B is required for this. Exempting portable classrooms from the 7.5 minimum building height requirement. Relief from Section 5.2B is required. And finally, permitting garbage containers to be located outside, and relief from Section 5.2B.1 is required for this. Planning recommends approval with conditions. Building has no comments. Engineering has no comments or conditions, and 1 public comment was received.
Thank you. Benjamin, are you in receipt of the comments?
Yes, we are. And thank you to staff and for you for review of this application. We agree with the staff report, and myself and Katie from the board are here to answer any questions.
All right. We don't have anybody speaking for or against this application tonight. Committee adjustments. Members, do you have any questions of the applicant? John?
Obviously, there's a lot going on Innisfil Beach Road. You know, I'm looking at snow storage area, garbages, containers and things like that, location of future classrooms. What kind of, like, what has been thought of in terms of the buffer between Innisfil Beach Road and this kind of, I'm seeing it as like a bit of a parking lot and a bit of an area of utility. And I feel like there might have been a missed opportunity to do something nice along Innisfil Beach Road, but certainly I understand the reasons why, and I understand that it has to be this way. But what is there a plan for between Innisfil Beach Road and that back lot?
So through the chair to the committee member. So this application is to supplement a site plan approval application that has been filed with the town. So as part of this is to set up the property for the elementary school use. But yes, we've obviously thought about screening between Innisfil Beach Road and the school with having it front onto Corm Street. And as part of the site plan approval process, we are going to work with town staff. And one of the drawings that was submitted included landscaping plans showing screening and fencing with landscape features and trees as a buffer between Innisfil Beach Road. So obviously that will continue as part of the site plan approval process. And we're looking forward to working with the town on that.
I have a question for you. It's certainly, as you drive around our neighborhoods with all the schools and that, there's a lack of access for parents with cars that are picking up their kids. And this is on a residential street that you're going to be fronting onto. Is there anything, and sorry, I don't have my laptop open right now to look at the plan. Are you addressing that at all? I mean, you guys must know that as a school board, there's a pretty big problem when it's time to drop kids off and pick them up. With especially down by Nantyre and the Catholic school there, they can barely get through there. So I'm just wondering, is there anything addressing that for Corm?
Yes, through the chair. So again, it is kind of being handled as part of site plan approval process. However, the reason we're here for these variances is obviously to have Corm act as our frontage for the safety of having our bus traffic go out onto Innisfil Beach Road, onto the main road, and having cars turn in and off of there is not the safest option. So therefore we are using Corm. However, we do have an access running through to Innisfil Beach Road, which will split the traffic coming onto the site into a couple different areas. And also the walkability zone for this particular property is quite good compared to our other schools. Mm-hmm. So we are hoping to capitalize and encourage more active transportation. We will be including bicycle racks and potentially scooter storage. All some items to try and take some cars off the road, because we do know that it has been a concern.
Sure. Thank you. Any other questions, Bill?
Yeah, this is all through planning process. You're just not asking for any of that tonight.
No, that is correct. This is all going through site plan control process.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Sorry, Tamaj?
And through you, Mr. Chair, I originally said planning recommends approval with conditions. There are no conditions of approval because it's going through site plan.
Site plan, right. And we had a member of the public make a comment on this, Mr. Secretary?
Yeah, we did receive one set of public comments.
It's because I don't have my computer open. Can you just tell me the...
There was a letter of disapproval. There's a letter of concern.
Letter of concern?
Yeah,
Traffic.
just traffic and
She's off of quorum and all the pick up and drop off.
It's all right, Tomas, you can leave it. All right, thank you. If we don't have any other questions, can I have a motion for or against quorum? Bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I make a motion to approve application A007225, or 2025, A008 2025, A009 2025, and A020 2025, 1206 Quorum Street. As long as all conditions are met, there are no conditions.
Okay, motion to approve with any conditions, which there aren't any. I have a seconder. Marnie, all in favor? Thank you, Ben and Katie. You're approved for this, and good luck with the site plan, and hopefully that design for the traffic. And that's what I always look at. How come we don't deal with the private cars that are going to be dropping the kids off? So hopefully that plan works out.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night. Thank you. Next application is A010-2025, known as 2258 Richardson. Do we have Kevin Arnold with us tonight? And there he is. Welcome to the Committee of Adjustments.
Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, can you read the app and any comments associated?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the applicant is proposing to construct a dwelling with a deficient exterior side yard setback of approximately 4 meters. The applicant is seeking relief from section 4.2A. Planning recommends approval with conditions. Building has no comments, and engineering have no comments.
Great. And Kevin, are you in receipt of the comments from the town?
Yeah, I have the comments here. The only concern it says was the tree plan. So there's only one tree that would have been an issue, which was pretty much decimated in the ice storm. So it's coming down anyways. Other than that, there should be no other trees being removed.
And that's typically just a boilerplate that's put in for any properties, tree preservation. Tomas, is this your file? No, not yours. Who's on this one?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I believe it was either Kirsten or Ingrid.
Ah, there's Kirsten.
Hi there.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Just cover that one point. He said the one tree that they had has been, like many other, decimated with the ice storm. So just before we go through any further, I want to make sure there's nothing else lingering there for you.
No, we're satisfied with that. I think the condition in there, as you said, it's a standard condition.
Right.
Yeah, and it really only would be required if any trees are proposed to be removed. So
Okay.
I think we're satisfied with the
Thank you.
proposal.
There's also 15 other trees on our property as well. So
Okay.
it's not like we only have 2 or 3.
All right. And Kirsten, just unrelated to this file, but can you stay with us after our meeting's over? I need to speak to you.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. All right, there's no one speaking for or against this application. Committee members, do you have any questions to the applicant? Marnie?
Through the chair, there's a wooden structure on the side of the house, a deck maybe with a fence. I'm assuming that's coming down?
Yeah, because that's where the garage will be located. So started taking that down last year. I just kept up the side fence there just to keep the privacy until we do remove it completely to put the garage in.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Can I have a motion for or against this application? Bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I make a recommendation that we approve application A010-2025, 2258 Richardson Street, as long as the conditions are met.
Motion to approve with conditions. Do I have a seconder? Marnie, all in favor? John, are you in favor? Sir. Yep. You are approved, Kevin.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
You too.
Next application is A011-2025 and A12-2025, known as 8 Evelyn Street. Do we have Michael Vatier with us? If I said it right?
Yes, that's fine. Vatier's fine.
Welcome to the Committee of Adjustments.
Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, can you read the application. Any comments?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the applicant is proposing to construct a detached garage with a gross floor area of approximately 75 square meters and a height over the permitted 5 meters. Relief from sections 3.3B and 3.3F is required. Planning recommends deferral. Building has comments. Engineering has no comments.
Michael, are you in receipt of the comments from the town?
Yes, we are. We took a look at that, and I think we made some suggestions. Well, we made some revisions, and we've submitted it to Tomas. I'm not sure if he's had a chance to revisit that for us, but we were able to, I guess, identify the correct building height from the original application, and we actually showed him some revisions for, concessions that we were willing to make, taking down a foot from the main garage level and the mezzanine above it, coming down to an overall building height of 5.6 meters if need be. We were hoping that was going to be considered. I'm not sure if those were circulated to the committee here tonight.
Right. Okay. Yes, Tomas told us that you have been in contact with him, and with the revisions, he'd be satisfied that you'll be meeting the requirements. Tomas, do you want to comment?
Through you, Mr. Chair, that's correct. If you guys want to approve this application, we'd be okay with that as long as you include a condition that plans be provided to the satisfaction of the planning department. We'll take an in-depth look and give our okay before the appeal period is over.
Okay. Committee members, there's no one speaking for or against this. Do you have any comments or questions? Go ahead, John.
Was the foot reduction just done by changing the slope? Is that how that was done, like of the main gable?
So what we did, actually I have a question for you. So we took, there's two different measurements. There's the dormers at the height of the midpoint of the dormers, which would bring it down to the elevation, I guess, that you guys were concerned about. If we took the midpoint of, I guess, the main, I don't know if you had a chance to look at those elevations, that first slope, I guess, we're actually 4.9 meters to the midpoint of that. So I guess depending on where you measure the midpoint of the roof, because there's a main roof structure and then there's the dormer roof, I suspect the concern was the roof of the dormer to be called as the main building height. Is that correct?
Microphone.
That is correct.
Okay, so with respect to that, we understand we're well over. We're like closer to 6.3 meters, I believe. So what we did, we actually took a foot off of that secondary level, a foot off the main garage level, and we were able to bring it down to 5.6 meters. So we actually reduced the height of the overall structure itself. And then we also asked that, and I think Tomas is in agreement with this, that the grade, we're not changing any of the grades of the property. And naturally, the grade slopes significantly from the street level back to the rear of the property where the garage is going to be. So we're already like 1.5 meters lower than the street level. I think that would aid in the fact of that, yes, we understand we're a little bit higher than the 5 meter rule itself, but being so that we are already 1.5 meters lower, I think it helps kind of level off. So you don't see the massing of the garage behind from the street as we are a little bit lower. So I think that in itself aids into our argument of being okay to be a little bit higher than that requirement. I think Tomas agreed there as well. If that's pretty much it.
Do you have any more, John?
No, I don't think it's concerning because I'm sure the heights are right, but just that 612 pitch doesn't look right to me. It looks like it's steeper than that. I mean, I'm assuming that the calculations are done correctly on the elevations, but I'm pretty sure that's not a 612 that you see on that side elevation. Pretty sure that's a little bit steeper than that. But
we'll take another look at
as long as
that,
the math isn't with respect to 612, because I think it's a little bit steeper than that.
Okay, we can definitely bring that pitch down if that's a concern.
No, it's the drawing looks fine. It's just whether it's just the labeling potentially.
Maybe the labeling is incorrect. Okay, we can have a look at that for sure. We'll make sure we correct that for sure.
Thank you. Lucky for you, Michael, we have 2 builders on this committee. And the one that was just speaking is also an engineer. So that he's got an eagle eye when it comes to that stuff. So if he sees it, have a look at it. Okay, so if there's no more questions, Marnie, did you have any? No? Tamaj is, originally it was to be deferred, but he's recently got the updated plans that you heard from Michael. So he's comfortable with us, and Tamaj, you step in if I don't get it right, that we'll do a motion if, once the plans are submitted to planning and they're satisfactory, then he's approved. That's what you wanted? Okay.
That's correct.
Okay, so can I have a motion, Bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I make a motion that application 8011-2025 and 8012-2025, 8 Evelyn Street, be approved, but all the conditions being met and plans be provided to the satisfaction of the town for elevations and et cetera, et cetera.
So let's make that clear, that the plans are satisfactory to the planning department?
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah. Do I have a seconder for that? John?
Sorry, just to check with Tamaj, is that okay the way that we said that? Okay.
Yep, seconded by John, all in favor? You are approved. All right, so it's all subject to the plans being satisfactory to the planning department.
And through you, Mr. Chair, Michael, I'll be in touch with you next week to confirm.
Great, thank you.
All right, thank you, have a good night.
Thanks all, have a good night.
Well, folks, I'm getting tired, so I don't think we should hear any more applications for the night. What do you think? Huh? Are we done?
I think the next application,
What?
let's just defer it for next.
Defer it to August?
I'll make a motion.
Make a motion to defer to August? I think that's a good one. And you know what, we're on recess in August, so it'll have to be September. Nick, welcome to the Committee of Adjustments, our beloved leader. Okay, next application, final application for the night is A13, 2025, A14, 2025, A15, 2025, A16, 2025, known as 2456 Bowman Street. And let the record record that we have Mr. Nick Scarrett here as the agent for this property. Welcome, Nick.
Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, not the former secretary, could you read the application? Any comments?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the applicant is proposing to construct an industrial building with deficient parking, deficient landscape strips, loading spaces located in the front yard. Relief from section 6.2, 3.25B, 3.38.6, and 3.35.1.1 are required. Planning recommends approval with conditions. Building has no comments, and engineering have no comments.
Yes, we are. Yes, we do. Good to see everybody tonight. Chair, committee members, staff, and public. Going to go through a quick presentation for your viewing pleasure. Nick Scare with Innovative Planning Solutions, representing the client for these lands at 2456 Bowman Street. These lands are vacant, currently have 2 access driveways, and through this presentation, we're going to go through some of the minor variances sought for an industrial building. The site on Bowman Street currently has fencing and 2 access points. It is currently gravel surface there are some shipping containers there. They will be removed. They're just temporary storage structures. Together with the development of this site, it'll be an industrial use together with site plan control through the town of Innisfil. We have received comments for site plan control and are addressing those. We're in the final stages of site plan control, so this is part of that overall planning process. Next slide, please. Innisfil Heights settlement area is dominantly industrial, commercial, employment uses. The official plan, employment area, and then the zoning bylaw mirrors the employment area designation for an industrial business park setting. The proposal meets all the requirements of the official plan policies and meets all the provisions of the zoning bylaw except for the 4 requested variances sought here tonight. Next slide, please. This is a quick little rendering of the site. The total GFA is 4,186 square meters. That's broken down into two types of sections. One is the office. Office area is a multi-level space separated into two areas, and those areas are 781 square meters, and the remainder of the building is used for industrial purposes. Obviously, you can see that it is centrally located. Access points will be utilized that are existing. The circulation, the purpose of the location is with respect to circulation of one-way traffic starting from the north and circulating the property to the south, and then loading spaces at the front. Next slide, please. This is a little bit of a more detailed site plan drawing. This is part of the site plan control application and identifies where these actual variances are located. One of the variances, the first one at the front yard landscape strip, the zoning bylaw requires 6 meters. We're proposing 4. Obviously, a variance of 2 meters. We're going to be providing landscaping areas within that area. The reduction of the 2 meters allows for functional turning movements for those loading spaces in the front yard. The second one is the reduction of the landscaping strips in the north and south. Now, the overall landscaping strips along those areas is 4 meters. The bylaw requires 3. So for the majority of that area is exceeding bylaw requirements, except for 2 little areas that require barrier-free access. They're pinch points. They're about 2 meters in length and a setback variant of 2.2 meters from the side property line. So really just a deviation of 0.7 meters for the landscaping strips, labeled as number 2 on the drawing. Number 3 is loading space areas located within the front yard. Through design of this site, we recessed the landscape, or recessed the loading spaces within the building to help for maneuverability, and these loading spaces in the front yard help with removing the site circulation, having loading in the back, which is traditional for industrial buildings. It helps with operations of the site and actually decreases hardscape materials. Number 4 is the reduction in parking spaces. That reduction in parking spaces equates to about 26.9% reduction. Through our traffic brief that we will be updating through site plan control process, we're going from 63 parking spaces to 46, and that is really a result of the employment requirements of the building. The office space is about 5 employees. The industrial space is about 20 employees with the ability for future growth. So with 46 parking spaces, having 25 employees, there's opportunity through 21 parking spaces surplus for the employment area to grow and expand operations within the proposed building. Next slide, please. For these next 2 slides, we'll just go through the 4 tests. I'm sure the committee and staff are very familiar with the 4 tests of the Planning Act. The first test is, does it conform to the official plan? Earlier on in the presentation, we talked about that it does meet those employment targets and is a great opportunity to bring industrial business to Innisfil. It pretty much fits the criteria. The intent of the zoning bylaw is upheld. Obviously, the 4 requested variances are deviations from the standards, but are within the realm of the zoning bylaw and still allow for functional design. Next slide, please. Number 3, is it desirable for the area? It is a business park setting. This is an industrial use. It fits all the criteria and policies for this. It promotes options for growth, employment, and is a great business to have in the town of Innisfil. And the 4th and last but not least test is it minor in nature? We believe that the 4 requested minor variances are minor in nature and do not hamper the development of the site or abutting properties. Next slide, please. So in conclusion, the 2-story industrial building meets all the 4 tests. It promotes employment opportunities and growth for Innisfil Heights, and that these tests all meet the all the variances meet the 4 tests of the Planning Act. Next slide, please. That concludes my presentation for tonight. We agree with all the comments received by staff and have no comments further. And we appreciate staff's help on this file and bringing employment to Innisfil.
Thank you, Nick. Committee members, do you have any questions? Bill?
The fence in Bowman Street, is it where you want to leave it, or are you moving it?
Yeah, through you, Chair, to the committee's question, the existing chain link fence is remaining. It is there for security purposes. There'll be a gate, and the fencing along the front and the gates will be opaque to help with screening, security, all those pieces.
Yeah, but it's already moved out.
Yeah, it's going to remain, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, I noticed when I was there, the property adjacent to the south of that property, do the owners own that too? Because the fence line's exactly the same.
I don't know, maybe the
And the
fence company
cedar,
had a
the
deal.
cedar trees are all there. To me, it looks like it's one and the same.
Looks like the office is there.
Through you, Chair, I can't comment if they do own or not own those pieces. I'm unaware.
Because if we approve this one, we're obviously going to have one for the property to the south because it's exactly the same fence line. So to me, it looks like they own the property because it's exactly the same. So this is more an action of forgiveness with the fence line there.
Through you, Mr. Chair, I understand the comment from the committee, but the application before you is now for the fence, and the ownership of the abutting properties I'm uncertain on.
Good, so we should defer it then, is what you're saying.
The committee has the option of making that decision.
Okay, any other questions? Just for the record, I have a feeling that the property to the south will be before us again because it's identical fence and cedar hedge that's been put in the same place. So anyhow, can I have a motion for or against the application for our former colleague, Mr. Scarrett? Marnie?
Through the chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve applications A013 through A016, 2025, in regards to 2456 Bowman Street, as applied for, subject to all the conditions.
Motion to approve with the conditions. Seconder, Bill? All in favor? Nick, you're deferred.
Thank you, committee.
Oh, you're approved.
Great to see
Sorry,
you.
wrong word. Thanks. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Mr. Secretary, we don't have any other new business?
We do not.
And a motion to adjourn at 7:09 PM on May 15th. Marnie, seconder. Bill, all in favor? Good. Now, before you disconnect our thing, I've asked Kirsten to stay online.
Should I stop?